Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Hi guys. In today's video, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. So I have been getting served edits of myself on TikTok, and I don't know what that tells me about myself and my own For You page. I'm just getting served videos of myself, but they're always really beautiful edits that someone else is making of some of my most iconic shoots, some of my favorite jobs that I've ever done, like really beautiful TV commercials and ads that I've done. And I was like, it would be really fun to rewatch some of this with you guys and talk about what was going on at that time, what was happening behind the scenes, how old was I was feeling, what led up to some of these moments. So today we are going to be rewatching together my Armani campaign. I was the face of a perfume called Aqua Di Gioia with Armani. Oh my gosh, it might have been about 10 years ago now. And I feel like it was one of the first things that kind of put me on the map. And I feel like it definitely made me like very famous in Italy because that ad was everywhere, like every airport, anywhere you went, it was like plastered everywhere. So many people still come up to me to this day and are like, oh my God, I remember that ad. And I still get comments about it on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all the things. So today we're gonna watch the behind the scenes video, which I have not watched in so long. And then we're also gonna watch the commercial together. I've seen the commercial a few times since because like it shows up for me on TikTok and stuff like that, and I've reposted it. But let's watch the behind the scenes video first. I'm like really excited to watch this. Okay, this is called The Making of Giorgio Armani Aqua Di Gioia Commercial with Emily D. Donato. I actually think this starts with the actual commercial. So let's watch that first. First of all, when I hear this song, I like get chills because it is such a beautiful song. I still play it for my daughter all the time because she really likes classical music. It's like my favorite song, Arrival of the Birds. We shot this, I'm stopping, we're 5 seconds in. We shot this commercial in Hawaii, in Kauai, and my mom actually came with me. And I remember the day they were getting these like more cinematic shots, they were in a helicopter getting these, and I was like, I wish I could be part of that day. That sounds kind of cool. It's like the part where the water droplets are coming down my body. I was so wet for this entire commercial, and we reshot this commercial I think one time, and I just remember I was like, I've never been this like drenched in water for so many hours. It was like from like 6 a.m. to like 8 p.m. Also, what was really cool about this shoot, they had to do fake rain everywhere. Like this was such an insane shoot because I feel like there were like 100 people on this set, like maybe even more than that. And so many lights, like cinematographer. It was directed by Fabian Baron, who is so incredibly talented, and I worked with him on something with Calvin Klein prior to this. Oh, I should get into like how I was casted for this. I'll get into that next. Like the fake rain machine and lights, and we're like in the middle of the forest in Hawaii, and it's like dark, and they're like using flashlights like this. Like if we get later into the commercial, you'll see that they were like, my eyes are kind of lighting up because they're using a flashlight to kind of create that glimmer. Just like crazy, the behind the scenes of it. I remember the direction I was getting was to like try to look sexier, but also look like you're actually like walking and running through the forest. Not easy. I was also 17, so like I don't know how to act sexy. I didn't. So much rain. So much rain. Also, what they were really trying to figure out with this shoot is how to make it, because it's Aqua Di Gioia, like the essence of joy. And so it was supposed to be very, very joyful. Like they wanted me to be smiling and happy, but also like it was kind of like dark and beautiful and sexy and all these things. Also, really interesting thing about this shoot. So when I originally went in for the casting for this job, me and another girl was picked, and she is a very famous, stunning model. And sometimes this happens with really big jobs like this, which people might not know. So they chose me and another model, and she was a very famous, beautiful model whom I love, who is a wonderful person. And we flew actually to Mexico, her and I, to do a test first. So sometimes for really big jobs and castings like this, they're trying to decide like who the right girl is. When you do a test like this, it literally feels like you're on America's Next Top Model. I swear to God, because you're like trying to like get the job and like get the shot. And I remember I went down with my mom. And by the way, I remember when I was doing the test, I was like, there's no way I'm getting this job, because this model was much more successful than me. She was much more like kind of well-known in the industry. She had worked with the director, I remember many more times than I had. And I just was kind of, like, I was kind of defeated, you know, like I was like, I don't think it's gonna happen, but like cool that I've gotten this far, you know, because this was so early on in my modeling career. I was either 17 or 18 when I shot this. So the fact that I was even considered for something like this is kind of absurd. Like, I remember when I got it, I was like, are they sure that they like want me? Like, that's crazy. But the only reason why I got this was like, I remember at the end of the test, they were like, oh, the client wants to see, like the Armani team wants to see more smiling, more happy. And that was the only reason why I got the job, was because I don't want to say I was better at smiling and joyfulness, but I think I am like a pretty sunny person in a lot of ways. And they liked my smiling. I guess they liked my smile better, or it fit like the joyfulness that they were trying to get across. I mean, this at least is what my management told me at the time. So that's why I got the job. And sometimes I reflect on that because, you know, when I first started modeling, so many people would say to me like, oh, you're like too cheesy, too American, too happy, too joyous. Like, you need to sleep less and like go out and have a party and like look a little more, like be cooler. And I'm not cool. Like, I never shut up, and like I'm anxious and like want to talk all the time. So I remember being like, well, my smile got me here, so that's cool. This shot, by the way, when I see this shot, I think I look kind of funny running like this. I don't think it's my best running shot, but it's an amazing shot, but I'm more like picking myself apart. I cut my foot doing this on like a rock in the water, and it was like gushing blood, and like medics had to come. Also, I remember, because if we get a little later into the commercial, which it's almost over, it has to be, I'm rolling around in the sand a lot. Oh, I have to see if I have the photo from when I was rolling. I got home back to the hotel, and the bathtub, I went into the tub, and it was just the whole entire bottom of the tub was just sand. I had sand in every crevice. I like couldn't get it out of my hair. Like, it was so difficult, and I just kept showering over and over and over again, trying to get it out. Like, everything, the robe, everywhere. I remember me and my mom were like, how am I gonna get this off? Plus my foot was cut, and the medic was there with me. Like, these are the things that happen that no one would ever know. I mean, they treated me so well. I was just like, you know, just doing the job. We are now getting into the behind the scenes, so let's see. Oh my gosh. I mean, I feel like actually like Hawaii is so beautiful. Oh wait, yes. Okay, the second time we reshot this, it was in New Zealand, but I feel like, oh my gosh, was this Diane Keaton doing the makeup? Diane Keaton? No. Aha, Diane Kendall. That was the only time I ever worked with her, actually, and she did the makeup. That makeup, I was like, I looked the best I've ever looked in my entire life. When I was shooting this commercial, I was so nervous. I was so nervous, and I truly, truly, truly had no idea what I was doing. I was so green. With Fabian into the monitor. It's always funny, like sometimes, like I always want to look at the monitor and see what it looks like, but some photographers and videographers and directors like don't want you to look. So I always appreciate when they kind of let you look and see what's going on, because like it's hard for you to figure out like what you're trying to do. But I was trying to do such a good job because he is so iconic. Like, I don't know if we can flash some of his work right here, but he's just so talented and like did some of the biggest commercials and biggest ads ever. So I was like, damn, I gotta like do a good job. Oh, it's cute because it looks like I'm having fun. When I look at like little 17-year-old me, I'm like, good job, Emily. Look at you having a good time. Oh my God, it's cool. Do you see the camera is like covered with plastic to like keep it from getting wet? Like, how are we all not soaking wet? Are people in raincoats? Like some of this behind the scenes footage even more than the commercial itself. Am I crazy? I actually feel a little emotional watching this because, like I mentioned, I'm kind of an anxious person. I've definitely mentioned this on my YouTube channel before, but it really kept me from enjoying some of this stuff sometimes because I was just like so anxious and I really always wanted to do a good job. Like I would just be like, I need to get this right. I need to do a good job. But like sometimes like there's no way to really know on a job or a set like this because like sometimes you don't get a ton of feedback, and it was such a big deal and so many people and Armani, like I was just like, oh my God. So watching it though a little bit, I'm like, oh, I remember just like how emotional and anxious I felt like while I was doing it. And if I could redo it today, I would enjoy it so much more. Armani, if you want to bring me back, I think I should do it. We should do a redo because I would enjoy it so much more. More of the commercial, but it was so fun. That was really fun to like walk down memory lane with you guys, and also like an interesting exercise for me to be like, what's coming up right now? Like, what are you thinking about? How does that make you feel? It just takes me back to like my 17-year-old self, and I remember my mom being there with me. Actually, I remember my mom got a tattoo in Hawaii when she was there of a turtle. Like that's what's coming up for me right now. But it was just really fun to revisit that, and sometimes it forces me to look back and feel gratitude for the experiences that I got to have when I was so young. And you know, I don't want to look back on this and like, oh, that was my old life and the old me. I'm actually going to shoot a TV commercial next week, guys. I'm so nervous. Like I haven't done a job like that in so long. You're getting like the inside scoop. I'm really nervous. But like this is still, you know, modeling and creating content and filming and shooting. It's still a part of my life, but not in the same way that it was now, because now I'm a mom and I live in the suburbs and it's just a little bit different. Like I can't say I would go back. You know what I mean? But like, do I wish I could redo it today with like this brain and this body? And I think even since becoming a mom, I'm just so much more grounded and able to like see clearly and prioritize and like not let my anxiety overtake an entire experience. But overall, it makes me really good and happy and sad and nostalgic to look back at that commercial. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I would love to do another video like this with you guys because there's just no way, like I could have stopped that video like 20 more times and talked more about like how I was feeling and some of the conversations that were happening, but I could definitely do this again if you would like to, and let me know in the comment section below if there's a certain campaign or type of video that you want to hear about or get a behind the scenes look at. But thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you who had followed me for a very long time, and some of you who may know me from this commercial. It's so fun to be back on YouTube and creating content on here again. I just love this audience and love all of you. Anyway, that concludes this video. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you've been here for a while, thank you. I love you, but I will see you guys next time. Bye.